All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're gonna be doing a market watch, of course. For anyone who's new to the channel, on the 1st and the 15th of every single month, I'm doing a market watch video. So hey, it's the 15th of October. Time for the second market watch video in October. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this. Not a whole lot to talk about. In the market watch videos, I will not have a VV lab. I will not have an art critique. We're just going to go straight into the market and see what's going on, see what's moving. But quick layout, I will at least give a quick layout. You know, so the overwhelming majority will be in the market watch, where we're going to be on TCGplayer.com, and I'm going to be cross-referencing the US prices with card market over in Europe. Okay, we are going to be doing that for the overwhelming majority of this video. And then after that, we're going to head over to Limitless TCG. We're going to check out what the average cost is of a deck in one piece in that portion. And then we will finish off on the sim. I've got a game of Black-Red Sabo for you guys. It's actually an older game that I'm finally getting a chance to show off. But hey guys, Black-Red Sabo actually just got top 32 in a 900-player tournament, you know, in the West in OP08. But we'll talk about that when we get to it in the video. Okay. Now you know what you're getting into. Let's go ahead and dive into this. I'll have everything timestamped in the general description, in any kind of deck lists and relevant links down in the comment section as well. And I also will have an affiliate link, guys. If you're planning on buying anything on TCGplayer.com anytime soon, I would really appreciate if you guys clicked on that affiliate link first. All you do is click on it, and then you do your normal order. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just a way to help out the channel. Okay, now help me out and help out the channel. You guys know what I mean. Now, let's go ahead and dive into this. First things first, we have to talk about these new starter decks. I'm sure you guys could barely pay attention to what I was saying because of the prices you see in the background. So, real quick, October 25th, all the new starter decks are coming out for us in the West. Okay, so that's a week and a half away, guys. Remember, we're recording this and putting it out on October 15th. Okay, in 10 days. These new starter decks will come out with all of these new cards. You see these cards shown right here? These are all new cards. Other than the leader, these are all new cards that will be coming out in those starter decks. Now, all the leaders are actually already available. Well, not these cool new alt arts for the leaders, but these actual leaders have been in the game for some time now. However, there's about, I think it's going to be anywhere from like 3 to 4 cards in each deck that are brand new, exclusive to that deck. And guys, the MSRP is supposed to be around $12 US. However, one of these is not like the other, right? Which one of these is not like the others? You know, all these are pretty much right around $20 for pre-sale prices. Pre-sale prices. Yellow, red, black, and green are all literally right at the $20 to $21 price mark, with purple being right around the $22 price mark. That's still, you know, within reason. But Blue Doflamingo. Okay, this is a spoiler for anyone who's interested in OP09. Guys, Blue Doflamingo looks like it's going to be an absolute monster in the format. Now, one thing I do want to say, I personally will... Okay, I'm a Red Yellow Sabo player, so I'm actually very excited to hear that, because that's one of our better matchups, right? That's one of our more solid matchups, especially once we get our hands on the absolute cheapest new starter deck, ST15, the red starter deck, because there's only one card I need in here, and it is the 7-cost Newgate, and potentially the 5-cost Ace, but we'll see how that goes with testing. But the 7-cost Newgate is absolutely incredible for what we're trying to do. Now, with that in mind, for any new players, let me say this real quick. If you're a new player, starter decks are a little bit misleading because the veteran players want them just as bad as the new players do to get into the game. And I have to say, guys, Blue Doflamingo is an incredible starter deck to get you into the game. However, there's one little caveat to that. You have to buy 2 of them to get the full play set of cards you need in the deck. Okay? So in other words, there's going to be 51 cards in the deck and then 10 Dawn cards. 51, one being the leader, 50 cards in the deck, and then 10 Dawn cards. So it ends up being like 61 cards altogether. But out of the 50 card deck, there will be 6, or how do I say this? There will be 3 cards that are only 2-ubs, and they're always the super rares, and then one other random card. I don't know how they determine that one. So there are, in other words, you'll have to buy 2 of this starter deck here to get the full place that you need. I mean, okay, I'll take that back. You don't have to do it. You can always just build around that, right? You don't have to do it. But hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. If you want the full playset, like the really strong cards, you're going to have to buy 2 of them. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, don't worry. These prices should absolutely go down over time. It should not stay at this. These are pre-sale prices, but we will be keeping our eye on these starter decks. Now, that was a lot to talk about there. Now we can get into the market watch. But hey, that's a big part of the market watch, right? Okay. So as usual, we will start off with OP08, which is what we're on. Like whatever set we're on at the time, I will just be starting off by looking at the top sellers in that set. So right now, as you can see on the top row here, these are the absolute top sellers. Black Maria, Nami, Charlotte Linlin, the 9 cost, Jack, and Carrot. These are very reasonable prices. I know some people might be upset, like this card gets into the $6 range. This one gets in, right around $5. Same with Jack, $5. But every other card in this set for the base rarity is like $5 and under, with the exception of Rayleigh. We'll talk about Rayleigh in just a second. But other than that, all the SRs and under, they're all like at the $5 point and under. There's not a whole lot to complain about there, to be honest, guys. I mean, this game's not very expensive compared to other games. That's one thing that I have to say, and because of that, it gets like a reputation of like, oh, then all the cards need to be cheaper, But hear me out, guys. This game, I feel like, is closely approaching the Pokemon price point, which is where we want to be. It's not there yet. I'm not saying it's there yet. I don't know if it will ever be. But I want this game to continue to become more and more and more affordable so that everyone can play this game and have fun and enjoy it, because it is a very good game. Now, with that in mind, these prices are pretty decent. $5 for Black Maria, $5 for Nami, Charlotte Linlin, Jack, Carrot, Jewelry Bonding down to $1.30. And then, of course, we have Silver's Rayleigh. Silver's Rayleigh is around $26, $27 right now. That's like the really expensive one currently. But at the same time, that's really not unreasonable for a secret rare. Guys, remember, guys, secret rares that are used a lot, that like very secret rares in high demand, those things go for like $30 to $40. Now, I personally want this card to go down to around the $19 to $20 price range. Hey, or lower. Of course, I'll always take it lower. But realistically, I want this card to sit around the $19 to $20 price range. And we're going to see that with some of the other secret rares that we look at in today's video. Now, let's go ahead and cross-reference this real quick with how they're doing over in Europe. As you can see, same idea here. So we're just going to go through each one. So Nami, it looks like, let's see if this is correct. So last time I had a big mistake where I was looking, so okay, Card Market is not so different from TCGplayer.com, where like out of nowhere, the super cheap cards are sometimes Japanese versions. So I will be looking at that from now on, and I can see the little, the nationality of the card here. But hey, this card looks like it's pretty cheap over there, about $2, €2 rather. Probably pretty close to us. I'm just going to go over on the other screen here for a second, guys. Bear with me. 2 euros to USD. And it looks like that's about, yeah, it's only like 20 cents more in US dollars. So it looks like the Namis over in Europe are quite a bit cheaper, it looks like. But not much, actually. I say quite a bit, but about $2. So it's like 50% cheaper, right? Or something like that. Math, we're not doing that right now. Charlotte Linlin as well. Let's see if this is right. It says good condition, near mint. Okay, this one's in mint. So it looks like on average, though, like let's get past the first 5. It looks like on average it's going for around $1.50 or 150 euros, $1.50 euros, however you say that. Guys, I don't know how to say that properly. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. That's the main thing there. Because remember, guys, we were just looking at this for the US, and this card, well, actually, no, this card was that. Okay, so yeah, so that's like the exact same price over in Europe. And then let's look at Jack, and we'll look at Rayleigh, and we'll move on. Okay. Let's see. It looks like they're all right here. Oh, that's perfect. Look, guys, it actually has it right here. Very nice. So the Jack as well, we'll look at that one. Yeah, around 4 euros. So it's about the exact same price for them as it is for us. And the Carrot as well. We're not even going to click on the Carrot, but that one looks like it's pretty cheap as well. Jewelry Bonding, very nice. Now, let's look at their Silver's Rayleigh. Okay. So right here, I'm so like self-conscious, or like, you know, I don't want to accidentally say the wrong price again. I was so frustrated after I almost took my last Market Watch video down because I made that mistake. I did correct it in the comment section, but at the same time it was like, man, you know, Annoying. Okay, it is what it is. All right, so it looks like it's about 20 euros. So let's just say on average it's about 20 euros. That's really not too bad. That's pretty much the exact same thing as what we're paying for it. Let me see that. 20 euros to USD. 20. And that is, so about $22 US for 20 euros. Not too bad. So pretty much within the same ballpark as us over here in the East. Or, excuse me, over here in the West. Okay, now moving on. Now we're going to move into the red cards. Okay. And guys, one more thing I want to say. If I miss a card that's really moving, just please tell us in the comment section below. Look at all these tabs I have up at the top here. I can't hit every card. I just can't do it. And if I miss a big mover, please say it in the comment section below and help us all out. Okay, so here we go. So it looks like Newgate is around the $9 mark now. It looks like it's settled right around the $9 mark. And we will check that with Card Market while we're talking about it. But that makes sense, right? Like, that does make sense. This should be it right here. And for them, see, okay, I see it now. You see the Japanese flag right here? All right, we found it. All right, here we go. And it looks like over in Europe, it's about 540 euros, okay? Not too bad. I mean, it's actually a little bit cheaper over there than it is for us, around 6 euros. Around 6 euros, not too bad. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna try and make better pace on this one. These Market Watch videos end up running like an hour long when I don't feel like they need to. But I do think, let me just say one more thing, guys. With Red Purple Luffy looking to be pretty decent in OP09, I don't think this is the worst time to pick this card up, and I don't know how much cheaper it's going to be. Again, I don't think this is a bad time to pick it up. One thing I will check real quick, guys, y'all give me just a moment. Was this card being reprinted in PRB01? I'm checking right now. Give me just a moment. It is. So actually, so I take that back. If you can hold out, you probably should, because I do foresee this card going down in price once PRB01 hits the shelves. Oh, and speaking of that, guys, look at this. So this, remember, I'm looking right here, this page that I'm on right now. This is for the starter decks, 15 through 20, the new starter decks coming out. Check out the contents here, guys. Check this out. They're going to come with a PRB01 booster pack. Okay, so those cards are coming very soon, guys. These new PRB01 booster cards, they're coming out in the starter decks. Okay, so take that into consideration with these that you're buying. Like, yes, it is like $20 does seem a little bit more than average, and it is. These are pre-sale prices. Just remember, they're supposed to come with a starter deck. Unless these are something different, you guys tell me in the comment section below if I'm off on that. I'm not ever trying to mislead anyone. Okay, now back to where we were. Newgate, right around $10, around 6 euros, really not too bad. Marco has gone way down in price. It's down to like $2 to $3. This thing went way high up for a minute there, around $15 back in August, where it just made absolutely no sense. And I actually gotta see if they did the same thing for the West, or excuse me, for Europe. OP03 super rare. This should be it. Yeah, 250 euros. Yeah. So about actually, hang on a second. Over in interesting. So check this out, guys. So over in Europe, it looks like Marco's going for around 5 euros. Wow. So it did do the same thing over there. I wonder why. If you guys know in the comment section below, if you're over in Europe, someone try to help me out understand these prices, because for once it looks like we've got a card that's cheaper over here in the United States than it is for over in Europe. I feel like usually it's the other way around. But hey, that's very, very interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Portgosti Ace, around $5 a card. We're going to call it $4.50 to $5 a card. Let's see how it looks for them over in the over in Europe. Uh-oh. It's like, you're not a human. it's trying to kick me out of here, guys. It's trying to kick me out of here. We can't have that. Okay, OP02 SR. This should be at number 13. Very nice. And this one, let's get past all the Japanese ones. Okay, it looks like there's some Japanese intertwined with the English-speaking ones, but about 4 euros. Okay, so it looks like for what? Okay, so that's about the same. So Ace is about the same in both regions. Okay, let's keep going. Tony Chopper. Oh, one thing I will say about these, I don't foresee these cards doing super well anytime soon, but who knows? You never know when the next awesome, Whitebeard leader might come out. You have no idea. I would try to pick up these 7-cost aces as soon as you can if you don't already have them in your collection and you plan on running Whitebeard Pirates in the future. I would wait on the 9-cost Newbeards. The 9-cost Newbeards. 9-cost Newbeards. It's almost like really strong alliteration. And the same thing with these Marcos. if you plan on playing Whitebeard Pirates at any time in the future or some type of red, this is probably a decent time to pick these up. I don't think it's that bad of a price point. Okay, Chopper, this is an EB01 disaster, marketing disaster. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, guys, these cards are so expensive. And in my opinion, for no reason. Chopper for red, Brook for black, Cavendish for green. It is just, it's crazy, guys. I just don't understand it. I mean, I do. It has to do with supply and demand, but I'm just saying it's just so outrageous to me. Look at this. The card has been going down in sales all across the board, but the price is going up because people don't want to buy this for this. I totally understand that. But I will say this. If you're planning on playing Zero, this is a must-have, so I would monitor this card if you plan on playing Zero. Let's see how much this card costs over here. Let me see something. Chopper. Okay, EB01 Chopper. Oh, man, you guys got it made over there. If this is correct, yeah, this is English version of the card, not the Japanese ones. Around 9 or 10 euros. Man, so, guys, there was some type of supply and demand issue. But at the same time, hang on a second. I think over in Europe, they didn't get EB01 for a long time, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that had to do something. Maybe that had something to do with why this price is literally half as much as it is over in America. So, but guys, yeah, 9 euros for this. Trust me, it could be worse. We're experiencing that right now in America. I would scoop these up if you need them. If you need them. Okay. Next up, we have Cavendish. Moving over to the green cards now. So now we got Cavendish. This has, completely dropped off the map here as far as like the price goes. Very, very happy to see that. This card needs to keep going down to the $10 range. Just out of curiosity, let's see how this one's looking over in Europe. Cavendish EB01, 8 euros. Okay, that's where I want ours to be at. Actually more realistically around 9 or 10. I think that is a pretty fair price point considering the set that this came in. Around $9 to $10 for a SR in that set, EB01. Not too bad. Because, guys, even the rares in that set are around $5. For the 4-cost Kid and Killer, for 1-cost Flampe. Like, it was just something about that set. So I think this is pretty reasonable. I would probably snag these. If I were in Europe, I'd be snagging these right now. But I don't think this is the worst price point considering what set it was from. Okay, next up we've got Zorro. This is a $16 card now. It is actually realistically more around like $18 to $19 on average. I think that's fine. I think that is a very acceptable price point, anywhere between $15 to $20 for the secret rares that are very strong like Zorro is. And yeah, I just think this is a pretty fair price point, somewhere around this range. And I think it wasn't this one. I think this one was the same over in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. So secret rare right here, actually $13.50. So, oh yeah, so that's about the same actually. If you think about it, 14 euros. Let me see something. I've got the little calculator over here. So, was it 14? 14 euros is around 15. So if you get closer to the average, which I think is about 15 euros, around 16.34. Yeah, so it's roughly the same in Europe and in America. Not too bad. Not too bad. I do think this is worth picking up at this price point. I picked mine up when they were $16. I only picked up 2 for my pseudo playset, as I call it. Anyone who might be new to the channel, let me explain that real quick. With some of the secret rares, those typically, not always, there's always exceptions, right? But with a lot of secret rares, you're actually fine with like a 2-of playset or maybe a 3-of playset. Or I think with Goldie Roger, I think a 1-of will be perfect for that card in OP09. Sorry, some spoilers there. But let me just say this. Certain cards, I don't think you need 4-of. That doesn't mean you can't run 4 of them. But for my little pseudo playset mindset, I think this was a great card. I picked up 2 of them for about 30, 35 bucks. And I called it a day, and I was pretty happy with that. Okay, next card. We got Nami. This card has gone down in price ever since the reprints for OP01, or excuse me, OP02 that went around, which I was very happy to see that. Because, guys, for a while, look at this. No, this isn't even right. Let me go back 6 months. Look at this, guys. We got to go back a year. This card had spiked up to like $30, $40. That's unacceptable. I'm sorry. I know this isn't like the... I know this is a very good card. Do not misunderstand me. But that is ridiculous for an SR. And we're going to talk about Borsellino in a minute. And I know Queen was kind of fell under the same category. But we're going to check those in just a second. So Nami for OP02 SR. This should be it right here. Not too bad. All right, so some of these are Japanese versions, but for the English versions, let's just say $3 on average. That's not bad at all. Let me say that right now. That's not bad at all, guys. About half as much as what we're having to pay for it over here in America. Okay, let's keep going. Eustace Captain Kidd. This has gone way, way down in price. This was another one that was up in the $30 range. Let's go back a year on this one. Oh, up to the $40 range. I think I bought mine somewhere around here when they were starting to jump to 30. I want to say I got mine for like somewhere between $25 and $30 when I only ended up getting 2 of them because I already had 1, and I think 3 is like a pseudo playset for a card like this. So I was very happy with getting my 2 around that price point. But now seeing it in the future, it's like, okay, this is what I wish I could have paid for it, right? But hey, it happens. You know, you got to get the cards you need. But over here in the West, hang on, none of these are correct. Let's go to the next page. Yep, here we go. So for the U.S. versions, they're around $7 on average, it looks like. I would snag these now, guys. They might go down even further once the new PRB01 set hits, because let me see something real quick, guys. I'm like 90% sure that he will be in PRB01. Give me 1 second, guys. Bring it up. Yes, he will be. He will be in PRB01, and there will be an alternate art version for it as well. So this card should continue to go down in price. But you know, even having said that, I don't think $6 is like the most ridiculous price to pay for this card. Whoops. Okay, now moving over to Jinbei. Okay, we're moving over to the blue cards. Jinbei has gone up in price, guys. I mean, did we not just see how people are waiting, anticipating, waiting patiently for the blue starter deck to come out in a week and a half over here in the West? Yeah, so you can better believe that Jinbei, is going to be going right along with that. The price is going up on it. The whole deck price will probably go up across the board. But I don't think it will be that much, though, in the end. I think like, how do I say this? Well, we're going to look at, we will look at the deck price averages at the end of the video. I don't foresee the 7 Warlords deck being much more than like 150, like for the whole deck. Maybe 200 it'll peak out at when it first hits and it's super popular and everyone's trying to buy every card for it. Maybe then, but I think it will actually kind of like settle down after that. We'll have to see, though. I can't make any promises. But $7 for this card, yeah, that's a little much. $4 to $5 is what I recommend people buy their SRs at, and anything under that, of course. But, you know, up to the $4 to $5 mark is where I would buy it. But let me tell you something right now, guys. I don't think this card will go down in the near future. I mean, who knows? It does look like there's a small dip in the graph. Let me go over 1 month. Yeah, it does look like there's I'm trying to move this number thing here. There we go. There is a small dip in the graph. So maybe it will go closer to $5 or $6. But hey, if you're trying to play Blue Doflamingo and you don't have these already, guys, I don't know what you're waiting on. Because for a long time, these were like $2 to $5 very easily. And that's when I was saying it was pretty, a pretty good time to buy them. But now getting up to the $6 and $7 range, I personally would snag them now because I just wouldn't wait for it to go that much higher. Or if it's going to go much lower, what are you going to save, $1 or $2? You know, it's hard to say. You're going to have to pick and choose your battles there and see what your budget is. Okay, Kaido. So this is a secret rare at $5. I would say snag these as soon as you can. If you do not have your Kaidos, I just own 2. That's my pseudo playset magic number for Kaido. If you don't have your Kaidos right now, guys, I would snag these. $4 for a secret rare. It's not like they're going to be mass printing this card over again. I mean, unless they do in the future, and we don't know about it yet. You never know what they're going to do in the future. But hey, this is a great card. 10 cost, 12K, secret rare, draw 4 if your opponent has 3 or less life. I don't know how much lower this card will go, I guess. I mean, who knows? It does look like it is trending downward, so it might get a little bit cheaper. But I personally, under $5 for a secret rare, easy, auto buy for me. Auto buy. Okay, next up we have Sanji. So this card went up and then down, up and down. It's kind of doing all kinds of stuff, but it looks like it is going in the downward, you know, the trajectory is downward, right? However you say that. Tried to sound fancy there, just ended up sounding stupid. But hear me out, guys. This card will probably sit right around $10. It did spike up to like 14 or 15 bucks for a while there. $10 though is probably where this card will stay for a while because it's just not a bad card, but it's also not a good card by itself. It does require setup, and very few decks in the game can really set this card up. I understand you can make any blue deck run cards that can set up the top of your deck, but when it comes to like playing the game, like practicality matters. Like how practical is it to do? And when it comes to Sanji, like the 2 best decks to set up the top of your life or the top of your deck to run this card would be like Blue Yellow Queen and and red blue Marco. There are others, but I think those are probably the two best ones. We'll have to see in the future, though. But either way, under $10 for a secret rare, I would not even hesitate in snagging these if I want them or if I needed them. Bon Carré has gone up, guys. Bon Carré has gone up in price. It was sitting around the $25 range for a good while here, right under $30 for a good while. And, guys, look at this, 30, 33, going up 34, 37, going up 38, 39. This is an EB01 secret rare. If you do not have these yet, I do not know when this will be reprinted. I do not know when this will be, you know, made into alternate art cards in the future or whatever. Whatever I'm trying to say here, hopefully you'll understand. Who knows? I'm sure there will be a PRB02 that comes out in the near future. You know, like, well, I say near future, probably in the distant future. Because PRB01, I think, will be a massive hit, and I think it is an absolutely incredible thing they're doing for the community, trying to keep the price of these cards down, because that's going to help with the long-term growth and health of the game. But here's the thing. I don't know when PRB02 is going to come out, if they ever even decide to do that. And this would be a card that would probably be a #1 candidate in there next to Sabo, you know, OP04 or 5 Sabo. I can't remember the blocker one. I think it's OP05. But anyway, you know, this card, along with a few others, need to be reprinted, at least in my personal opinion and in most people's, you know, personal opinions. This is one of those that need to be reprinted because I don't see the price going down. EB01 was a very crazy little set there. $40 for this card. Buy at your own risk. But I will say this, I don't foresee it going down. I don't foresee it really going that much further up, but I don't really see it going that much further down. You'll have to see how things go. Really keep your eye on this card if you're trying to buy it. Make sure, one thing you can do, like add it to your cart and then save item. Like, go, you know, add to cart and then click on this little shopping cart right here to go to your cart. And then don't buy it or anything, unless you want to, of course. But don't buy it. Take it off of your cart and put it in save item. Right, there should be an option to save the item. That's what you want to do. I'm going to show you guys real quick just to show you. So I added it to my cart. Oh, one item added to cart. So now I'm going to click on it, and here's what I do. Save item down here at the bottom, and it will allow... Now, I'm not logged in, so it's not going to work for me, but just understand that will save it. So that way, every time you click on TCG Player and this comes up right here, like this front page, your saved items will be over here to the left. You see this big blank space here of just a white square? That's where your saved items will be. It'll kind of move over into this area right here, like on the corner of this. But it's a good way to watch cards. Okay, now let's keep going. Oh wait, did I look up? Okay, I did not look up Kaido and Sanji over in Hang on, guys, hang on. I forgot to look up the blue cards over in for Europe. So first we'll look up Jinbei. We'll kind of blast through these real quick. It was an OP07 SR. Okay, this card has gone up to 7 euros over in Europe as well, guys. So this card's gone up. Let me see. Let's see how much their Kaido's going for. Probably around the same, right? 119 secret rare. Oh, wait, that was Kaido and Linlin. Whoops. I was going to say, wait, it wasn't OP08, though. So it is... I can just look by these secret rares, can't I? Here it is, OP05. So this card's a little more expensive in Europe, actually. This card's a little bit more expensive in Europe than it is for us over here in the West, I think. Or maybe right around the same price point. Wait, what was it? Hang on. Oh, okay, no, it's about the same price point. Never mind, it's about the same price point. And then last but not least, let's look up Sanji. That is a secret rare, 119. Now that is this one. Excuse me. So around the same price. Around the same exact price as us in the West. Okay, good stuff. Sorry about that, guys. I did completely forget about that for a minute there. And then, so this was the Bon Carré, right? So now we're on the Bon Carré. Bon Carré. We'll see if it finds it like that. Nice, it did. Very good. So here's the Bon Carré, around 20, okay, around 20 euros, guys, 20 to 25 euros. Just going off of patterns in America, I would snag this now if you need these. I don't know if it's going to go up or down for you guys. It does look like, yeah, look at the graph, guys. It's just going up and up and up and up. If you don't already own these, I would try to snag these or at least trade for them whenever you can. Okay, then let's go over to Queen, because we're about to do Queen in the West as well. So Queen is, it is ST04 Queen. Okay, that's obviously not right. This is the one that tricked me last time. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't right. Yeah, when you get to the first English one, it's around 6 euros. Not too bad. Around 6, yeah, 6 to 7 euros for Queen. It looks like for us over in America, it's around $10. Yeah, 1028. Here we go. Yeah, about 10 to $11 for this card. It has gone up and down, but it looks like it's going in the downward. You know, it's going down. The price is that's the trajectory it's on right now. Hopefully I'm using that word correctly. Every now and then I'll say a word. I'm like, I'm going to check that after this video. Trajectory. I'm going to be looking that one up afterwards. But real quick, guys, this one will be reprinted in PRB01. So if you can hold out for that long, of course, you can save probably a lot of money at that time. We'll have to see. I think most people are predicting the prices of these cards will go way down. They definitely should. If they don't, then who knows? Okay, Magellan has actually seen a rise in price, guys, because this looks like one of those, one of those cards that's just going to annoy a lot of people, right? Magellan is just going to annoy a lot of people, or a lot of different decks, I should say. And let's see how it is over in Europe. Magellan. Okay, for the SR, here it is. Oh, man, that's got to be a Japanese price. Yep, Japanese, Chinese, about €3. Guys, I'd snag these real quick if I were y'all. If you're playing purple, or if you have any plans in the near future to play purple, I would snag these real quick, guys, because look at this card. Let me find it again. This is an OP02 SR. I just don't think there's that many out there. And if I'm not mistaken, I will check real quickly. I don't think this is being reprinted in PRB01, is it? No. Unless I missed it. It is not. Yeah, this card is not being reprinted in PRB01. So I would go ahead and snag this card, guys. Let me there, make sure the recording's okay. Okay, we're good. So this would be a good card to snag now. Reiju's gone down in price. We're not going to spend too much time on this one. This card was very expensive for some time for an SR, like especially when you go back when it first came out. It was up in the $10+ range. I'm not even going to check this over on the European market. Reiju's gone down in price. That's a good thing. Now, Luffy, this is an SR. I think most people are going to want to run this as like a 1 or a 2 of in red, purple Luffy, maybe even more than that. I don't know. It depends. But this thing is sitting right around $8. Let's see how it is over in Europe. Whoops. Okay, there's probably going to be a lot of Luffys that pop up. We'll look for the secret rare. Should be this one. Yeah. Okay, so Luffy in Europe is around $6 to $7, it looks like, on average. Like some of these are really cheap in the $5 range, or the €5 range, but €6, $6.50, not too bad. Because for us over here in America, it's going for about $8 to $10. So it is a secret rare, guys. If you need these, I think this will sit around the $10 range for some time. So I would probably snag these. But again, if you're trying to wait to see if it goes up or down in price, that's up to you. Okay, going into the black cards here. So this card absolutely spiked up in price. This was like a 50-cent card, went up to like $3 or $4 out of nowhere because a new Dressrosa leader was revealed in Usopp. So sorry, guys, a little bit of a spoiler warning there. My apologies. There will be a new leader coming out for Dressrosa soon, and that is why this spiked in price. However, it's still only around $3.50. Not really, nothing too crazy here. Let's see how much this was in Europe. Excuse me. Okay, it's probably this one. Yeah. Yeah, around €2. Around €2. Nothing too crazy. I would definitely pick these up now, though. Let me say that right now. Guys, if you plan on playing any kind of Dressrosa stuff in the near future, let me get to it. I'd snag this card while it's this cheap. Because this is a good card. It's not like it's a bad card. It's a very good card. However, there was no deck that was really trying to play it. Like, even Rebecca lists were starting to stray away from... Some were, not all of them. But there were even Rebecca decks that I was playing that didn't even run Luffy. They were running more of like a control variant where it's like, just bouncing characters all day. But yeah, I would snag this now if you don't have them. Very, very cheap. So, all right, now for the Brooks, though, these are outrageously expensive. $25 for an SR. I still need one Brook. I have 3 of them, but I really want 4. I really want the full playset, even though I'm not even playing that right now, just for collecting purposes. But let's see how much it is over here. Okay, so yeah, it's around €12, it looks like. 12, 15, actually. I would say around €15 on average. And hey, guys, just, for all you players over there in Europe, it looks like it's about that for us too. I mean, it's more than likely only going to go up from there or sit around the $20 to $25 mark. Yeah, I would hold out on these if you can, guys. If you can hold out, I would do so. But look at this, guys. 105 items sold, 80, 67, 78, 54. It's just like dropping off a cliff. I do expect these prices to go down soon, but you never know. You never know what can happen. Sabo, so OP04. I said OP05. This the OP04 Sabo. Hopefully, if they ever do a PRB02, that this card will be in there. But guys, this one's sitting around $25 to $26. It's sitting around $25 to $26 as well. Black Yellow Luffy is still doing incredible. This card has actually been at this price for quite some time now, over 2 months, right? Or right around the 2 to 3 month period. So, yeah, this will probably stay there for a good bit longer. How is it over in Europe? All right, let's see. OP04, this is it. 1750. 18, 19 euros. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is just an expensive card now, guys. It's an incredibly powerful card. 5 costs, 6,000 power, 1k counter, has blocker, draw 2, trash 2. Your board cannot be KO'd after the turn, you know, that it's been put into play. Just insanely good, guys. Just insanely good. Gecko, sitting around $9 to $10. This will be reprinted in PRB01. But guys, buying this card for $10 and under, I just don't think you're going to regret it. It's one of those cards. If you play black, like if black is the color, the main color you play, buying these for under $10, I just don't think it's that bad. I just don't think it's that bad of a deal. We'll check over in Europe real quick. OP06, that was at the top. Wow. Okay, hang on. Is this a Japanese price? 4 euros. Yeah, so guys, if you're in Europe and you need this card and you're contemplating buying this for 4 euros, hey, it might go down even further after PRB01 hits, but I mean, $4 for this card. That's my point. That's my price point anyway, right? I've said this before in previous videos. Secret rares that are under $10, I'm auto buying. Like snap buy, snap decision, I'm buying it. There's not even a question in my mind as far as the value goes. For SRs under $5, snap buy, instant buy. I'm not even second guessing it. So yeah. Okay, let's keep going. So Gecko, Sabo, down to under $5 for a secret rare. Yeah, let's see. I'm sure this is the same over in Europe, but I would just snap buy this. I don't think there's any reason not to. Here it is. Yeah, well, theirs is actually more expensive over in Europe. It looks like around 5 euros. Ours was around 4. So yeah, guys, in Europe, I'd still snap buy this for under $10. So my European equivalent would be like if it's an SR under 5 euros, I'm buying it. If it is a secret rare under 10 euros, I'm buying it just instantaneously. I don't even have to second guess the thought, because I think that is, that's worth the bang for your buck, however you'd say that. So really good stuff there. All right, let's keep going. Uh-oh, what's going on here? These aren't loading. Did I lose internet? I hope I didn't lose internet. There it goes. Okay, just had to let it load in. My computer's just like overloaded. Hang on. Sabo, yeah, and then Kuzan. Kuzan has gone up and up and up and up and up and up in price, but this card will be reprinted. Let me tell you guys real quick. In PRB01, let me just go through the cards that will be reprinted for black that matter for us, or at least in today's video. Kuzan, Borsalino, Ice Age, 10 cost Kuzan. I meant the 4 cost Kuzan, but also the 10 cost Kuzan. Ice Age, like I said, Suru, brand new. I mean, the entire Navy package is being reprinted. Okay, Dressrosa stuff is as well. Bartolomeo, One-Legged Toy Soldier, which is weird. They did those Dressrosa cards, but not Sabo. That's so odd to me. Gecko Moria, Helmeppo, yeah, a lot of good stuff. So those are what's going to be reprinted for black. This is one of them. I would try to wait until then to buy this card. But guys, if you absolutely need it, hey, one thing I always try to stress on these Market Watch videos, if there's a card you absolutely need to go play in a tournament and potentially win, you need to do what you need to do, right? Don't let what I'm saying affect what you're going to buy for a tournament coming up, because that's why these prices are so high, right? What ends up happening is people have to buy this at $24 because they're going to go and try and win a tournament. I get it. I understand. I'm just telling you guys what I would do personally is I would hold off. But yeah, this is a very strong card. It's a 4 cost 5k that draws a card and then has recurring value whenever it attacks. Very solid card, Navy searchable, all that good stuff. And it's a 4 cost, which is a very important. That's a very important cost in the game currently because of Gecko Moria. Okay. Oh, we'll check it out over here as well. Whoops. If I hold on there, it does it for me. Okay, very nice. I was going to say, if I don't hit enter, it will actually bring it up for me. So once we get past all these Japanese versions, wow, we got to go way down. Yeah, this is about 9 euros, 10 euros a card, 11 euros. Yeah, so it's expensive for you guys too. It's expensive for you guys too. And now let me check one more, the other Kuzan, because that's what we're on. That's what we're about to go over for on TCG Player. Yeah, hang on. Here we go. So around 15 euros, 15 to 17 euros for the 10 cost Kuzan. Let me see how much it costs for us. Okay, yeah, about $19, $19 bucks. Not too crazy. I will say that is definitely not that crazy because it's a secret rare that I think might be getting a lot of value here soon. But it will be reprinted, so if you can wait on this card, I would. If you can wait on it. Again, let me bring it back up. PRB01, black cards. I think I just went over this one. Yeah, this will be reprinted, so if you can wait on it, I probably would. It might drop down to around the $10 range, but yeah, very solid card. Okay, Borsalino, $10, $11. Hang on. We got to go to the next page. So about 11 bucks, anywhere from $11 to $12. This card will be reprinted in PRB01, which is about a week and a half away if you think about it, guys. Not literally, but hear me out. These new starter decks, 15 through 20, will have premium booster packs in there. Okay, PRB01 booster packs, if I'm reading this correctly. But the actual booster packs themselves are coming out. Oh, whoa, extra. Okay, hang on. Extra booster. Anime 25th Collection EB02. Total blind reaction. I'm seeing this for the first time. Don't worry, I'm not going to segue too much, but that's a whole nother thing coming out. We were just talking about EB01. EB02, we're going to have to keep our eye on that. But let's go to PRB01. Look at this, guys. This doesn't come out till November 8th, so it's not even that far away. November 8th, that's like literally 2 weeks away for us, right? 3 weeks away for us in the West at the time of recording this, so really good stuff. So keep your eye on that. Borsalino, let's go ahead and look at the European market for it. Okay, Borsalino, OP02, this is it. Get past all the Japanese versions. So around 8 euros. Looks like the cheapest is around 7 euros for the English versions. 7 to 8 euros is not bad, but it will be reprinted soon, so I would probably try to hold off on that if you can. Flampe down to $5. This one went like up to 6 or 7, back down to 5. So yeah, this has been going down. Hopefully it continues to go down, but it's an EB01 rare, so it is what it is. Let's see how it is over in Europe. Okay, Flampe, EB01. Okay, yeah, around 2 euros, 2 to 3, not even 3 euros. Under 3 euros, I'd snag these as soon as you could. That's just me personally, guys. If I were there, because I see how this card is over in the West, like how much over in the United States, how expensive it is. So I would snag these as soon as you can. Okay. Next up, we've got, there's the Flampe. Ace. Ace is under $20 USD, which is really, really good. And look at these other cards down here real quick as well. So, because I did not put Yamato on the list. So around $4 for Yamato, $4 to $5 for Yamato. I think I do have this Luffy in here, but beige is around $250. It looks like for the market price on average, $2 for the low, $250 on average. But Ace under $20. This is a pretty good card, guys. If you have not picked these up yet, I don't think that's the craziest price to pick it up at. But at the same time, it might go down even further. We'll have to see what happens. Where's the secret? Right here. Okay, so 17 euros. Yeah, just under 20 euros. Let's just say just under 20 euros. I don't know how much lower it's going to go because I don't think Enel's going anywhere. Like, let me say that right now. Enel is not the best deck in the format, and that's the main deck that runs this card, and it runs it as a 4 of. You got to remember that. It runs as a 4 of. I don't think Enel's going anywhere. That's not to say it will be a super good deck in the future, but it's just going to always be a pretty solid, pretty average deck because of how it gains life, and because of the big characters in it, and because of the removal it's getting with all the trigger stuff, and because of the leader effect. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, it's just one of those decks that will always be a gatekeeper as, you know, for the foreseeable future. So this is probably not the craziest price point if you're trying to snag these cards right now. Okay, Flampe, Ace. 10 cost Linland, it spiked up for a while there because people thought it was going to be crazy. I don't know. People, you know, these cards, you got to watch. I would never buy these cards when they start going crazy in price like this unless something very specific happens. But 10 cost, let me say this actually. Okay, hear me out. There are rumors. So take all this with a grain of salt, you know, whatever that expression is, grain of sand, grain of salt. All right. There are rumors that OP11, not 10. 10's coming out, you know, before 11, right? We're in OP9. They're in OP09 in the East, and we're starting to get spoilers for OP10 in the East. There are rumors that in OP11 we're going to Whole Cake Island. Okay, rumors, speculation. Okay, So I would probably snag these now if you need them, if you don't already have them, and if you plan on playing Big Mom Pirates, yellow stuff, or even anything potentially 4 Emperors, anything that might potentially fall under 4 Emperors, yellow Lin, Big Mom Pirates, I would snag these while they're under $10. And I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world, but who knows? Again, that was all speculation, but I think under $10, I think this card is good enough as is to just be played in a yellow deck, whenever. So really good stuff there. I would try to snag these now. Let's see how much it costs over in let's see how much this costs over in the over in Europe. Okay, so this is it's OP03. Yeah, it's got to be this one, 114. Yeah, here it is. So these are all Japanese prices. Okay, so here we have around €7 for the card. I'd snag these guys if I were you. Like I said, if you plan on playing yellow. If you plan on playing yellow, I would snag these. We'll have to see what happens in the future, though. Okay, then the 7 costs one around $10. Okay, yeah, under $10 for this. Guys, unless you know of a store that's getting resupplied on ST07, I would probably snag these. I would snag these since they're under $10. This is still just a good card, right? It was never a bad card. It was just never a really, really good card. It's just always been a pretty good card. And that doesn't change anytime soon, I don't think. But who knows? I would snag this. It's under $10. That's what I would do personally. Let's go ahead and check how it is over on Card Market. It is ST07. Here it is. Wow, is that right? Hang on, this has got to be the Japanese prices. It is €7, €7. Yeah, I'd snag this over there too. That's just me personally. If you plan on playing yellow, if you plan on playing Big Mom Pirates, and just in case the whole Cake Island thing is true about OP11, we'll have to see. Okay. So there's the 7 cost Lin. Look at 8 cost Katakuri. Look at our guy just going down and down and down in price. This is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. I love to see this. But yeah, down to $25. It's gone way down in price USD. Look, is it the same thing over in Europe? Let me see. I would assume so. Charlotte Katakuri. It is the secret rare from OP03. Wait a minute. Theirs is way cheap. No, okay. So theirs is around €20 as well. Snag them, guys. Snag them while they're this cheap. But at the same time, I will say this. This card will be reprinted in PRB01. I'm bringing that up now. Give me just a second. Yes, 100% confirmed. They are absolutely reprinting this in PRB01. Okay. How are we doing on time? Okay, let's speed it up. I think we have one more to go over, and it was the Luffy. I was saying I had a feeling I had this on here. Luffy is around $5 right now, guys, USD. That's pretty reasonable. This came out in OP07. It retained a $5 price tag, $5 to $6 prices for a minute. Okay, for a hot minute. So I would expect this to kind of stay around that price point. I'd go ahead and snag it. If you're trying to play Vegapunk, if you're trying to play any variation of Egghead or any Egghead leaders to come, or if you just want to play anything with yellow in it, black, yellow, Luffy, you name it, this is one of those cards that can be included, and there really won't be any, there's no real bad, it's not too expensive to have it and just to have it sitting around, for later. Whoops, that wasn't it. It was OP07. Uncommon, no, it's not this one. It's an SR, here it is. It was one of the top ones. Okay, around €2. Yeah, €2 to €3. I'd absolutely snag this real quick if you don't already have it. If you plan on playing yellow, good stuff. All right, guys. So that's it. That's it for the Let's go to all right. So we're done with TCG Player. Let's go ahead and hop over to Limitless TCG. I don't know why I'm on this one. I was just looking for something. I think. Oh, I was looking for cards to put on the actual price, the market watch. So, guys, Lucci right now, I'm just going to pick the most recent first place or highest placing list in OP08. Here we go. You're up. This guy here. First place, Ruar Haramani. Sorry if I butchered the name. Round $276. So this price has gone down and down and down and down for this is an absolute top tier deck in the game for those who might be wondering. This is going to be a top tier deck even going into OP09 unless something changes. So this deck at under $300. And guys, most of it is in a few cards, right? The Sabos, he's running 4 Sabos, that's $100. He's running 2 Brooks, that's $50. And then the 2 Kuzans, which is around $35. Kuzan should be going down in price very soon once the new PRB set comes out. And that's about it. Gecko should go down in price as well. This will probably settle around $220 to $250 for this entire deck once everything gets reprinted. Whoops, including the Ice Ages. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, let's keep going. All right, Black Yellow Luffy, we got to check this one out. Okay, here's the first place list right here by Alessio Cianciano. Right under $300. That's what I want to see. So one thing I should have said before we get into this is I want to see all these decks under $300. That would make me very happy. So far, so good. We haven't gotten to Enel yet, so we'll have to see. Sabo, around $100 of this deck. Kuzan is around $75 of the deck. And this one's not running any Brooks. Oh, excuse me. This is Black Yellow Luffy. What am I talking about? I thought we were still on Lucci. Okay, very good. It's running the Gecko Morias. Guys, that's really not crazy. And again, remember, Kuzans should be going down in price very soon. And the same thing with Hiyori. Okay, I forgot to look at Hiyori. Looks like this card's about $5 a card, about $4.50 a card. Okay, so, but Sabos, you know, that's a big chunk of it. Borsalino and Kuzan should be going down in price. It looks like this deck, after everything's said and done with the Ice Ages 2, it should sit around $250 for an absolute top-tier deck. Okay? Okay, let's keep going. Red Purple Law, we're not going to look at. That deck is banned. Jewelry Body. So third place looks like it's the best placing one by Stefano Fabri. We'll go ahead and click on that one first. $210 for Jewelry Body. And that's with the, $57 in Cavendish, $56 in the 8 Cost Rosinante. I forgot to look him up too. So hang on, 8. So 56. So it looks like this card's going for around around $13 a card. Somewhere around there, $13 USD for this card. So that's not too bad for a secret rare. I'll have to remember that for next time though. It looks like this card has gone up in price. 2 Eustace Kids, perfect. 2 Zoros, right around $200 for a highly competitive deck. Seems good, guys. Seems very good. Nami, okay, this should be crazy here. So, okay, it looks like there's a lot of second place finishes. We'll just click on the most recent one by Alessandro Lee. $56, guys. We'll take it every single time. That's incredible. And look, the only thing that really costs money in this whole entire list is Love Beam. Hang on a second. Isn't this being reprinted? Give me just a second, guys. I think this card's being reprinted, isn't it? Maybe not. No, I think I was off. Maybe it's not being reprinted. No, it's definitely not here. But what about in Starter Deck 17? I'm sorry, guys. I do have to check this real quick for us because, man, that's the only thing that costs. Yeah, so I don't see it being reprinted. So the only cards that really cost a lot in here are Love Mellow. It looks like that's going to be about $5 a card. It's not a lot of money, but, you know, $5 a card. And then Sanji's Pilaf, this should go down in price very soon because this is being reprinted in PRB01. I will confirm real quick, just over on my other monitor. Yeah, 100%. It's getting 4 new prints of Sanji's Pilaf. It's getting the standard, a foil, or like a, you know, some kind of foiled one, a special foiled one, and then a totally different alt art that looks really incredible. So this card should go down in price and drop this down even more. I'm really surprised they're not reprinting Love Mellow. And you guys tell me if I missed it. Is it coming out in something else, like maybe in another version? I'm not sure. Whoops. I don't know why I just clicked on that. Okay, so we're bringing it up and we're checking it out real quick. Check that out, guys. I had my monitor like full screen for that, so like absolutely blinded me when I did that. Okay, back to where we were. Sorry about that, guys. That was too funny. That's a blooper that's staying in. I wouldn't even edit that one out. Okay, so Nami, insanely cheap. All right, now for Enel. Here we go. We got to hold our breath. I do know that some cards have gone down in price. All right, so only one OP08 list is on here by Edgar Jahara Cabanas Gonzalez. Under $300, guys. Let's go. It's only running 2 Katakuris, 4 Yamatos, and 4 Aces. Under 300, under 250, technically. Technically under 250, right? No, but seriously, guys. Under $250, incredible. Got the Gadatsus, the Luffys. Guys, I'm very, very happy with the direction that we're seeing this. Now, let's see if Moria is going to mess everything up for us. Actually, none of these are even in the top 10. We'll look at this. We'll look at this 14th place one, but none of these are even in the top 10 anymore for Gecko Moria. Borsalino and Gecko Moria. Oh, and Sabo. That's the whole price of this deck, really, because it's only $180 for this one. Ice Age is going to drop in price. Gecko and Borsalino should all drop in price, and technically brand new, technically the Suru. This list might become very cheap after PRB01, guys. Okay, so Gecko Moria. But it looks like it's not doing too hot right now as far as in the, competitive goes. Now, real quick, this list, I would not be surprised if this jumps over the $300 range. But hear me out, guys. This only really picked up steam in the West because in the East, for OP08, they were still having to deal with the Lucci plus Red Purple Law meta. So things are a little bit wonky with this list, but let's see. Yeah, we are not counting this one, guys. We are not counting this one. $100 for this, excuse me, for the 4 Brooks, $70 for the 3 Sabos, Sanji, whatever, 4 Jacks here, 4 Gecko Morias. Yeah, and then 4 Ice Ages. That's like the big part of it. Suru, brand new, all this. A lot of these are actually going to go down in price, to be fair. Like, so Suru's going to go make it go down in price. Brand new Ice Ages. That's like minus $10 from it. Brook is just insanely expensive right now. Kuzan will go down in price. That'll probably take another $20 off. Borsalino will go down in price, or it should. Sabo probably won't. Sanji, this is $12 for no reason because the starter deck. The starter deck should cost $12. So, like, that should be, like, this should be so much cheaper. Nico Robin, Jack is still a little expensive. Gecko Mori should go down in price in the e-shows. We're not counting this one, guys, because, again, this is like some weird Western thing where we're trying to counter Lucci by running SC14 Luffy. Reiju. Now, back to reality here. No, I'm just kidding. But OP08, here's a 10th place list. This looks like it's the best placing one. $45. We'll take it every single time. Excuse me. This is like what I want to see here. $10 altogether for the Reijus. Black Maria, $5 a card. And that's it. Incredible. This is now the cheapest, most competitive deck in the format, in my personal opinion. Like, for the cheapest decks, the most budget decks, Reiju is now the cheapest one. It's even cheaper than Nami, which is crazy. Nami's only like $55 right now. Just absolutely incredible. Okay, let's look at a few more here. Reiju, Doflamingo. Okay, so here we go. So OP08, we only have one. It's 15th place by Luis Joaquin Giogari. Excuse me. Okay, so this is around $130. Now, remember, this price is going to, like, jump up in the first week of releases for the new starter decks. Guys, let me clear my throat for just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I might just need a throat lozenge. We're stuck like this for now. Bear with me. But yeah, I think Doflamingo will jump up in price here very shortly with the new starter decks coming out with the new Boa Hancock, the new Trafalgar Law, and all that. But still, getting this right now at this price is not terrible, and $30 of it is for Jinbeis. Gum Gum Red Rock's around $2 a card as well. Got to keep that in mind. But not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, I did forget to say the Reiju player, didn't I? I always like to give credit where it's due. That was Sebastian Nicholas is the deck that we looked at here. And what about for... for the Luffy player. For the Luffy player, it was OP08 third place here. Matias Castro. Good stuff. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. I do apologize if I did. So that's Doflamingo. Now, Luffy might be a little expensive, actually. The more I think about it, here's an OP08 version. Check this out by George. It might be pronounced Jorge, but I think it's George Recabal. Oh, not bad at all. $50 or $150. Not bad at all. $150. 40 of it is Queen. This should be going down in price with the new PRB set. Magellan is a little expensive. Like I said, guys, this is a card to keep your eye on. Please keep your eye on Magellan. Eustace Kid, not too bad. Sanji, this one's a little expensive. I did forget to look at this one. Not too bad, though. Same thing with Trafalgar Law, and this should be getting reprinted in the PRB01 set. Let me check real quick. 99% sure this is being reprinted. The Eustace Kid is. The 5-cost Eustace Kid is for sure. And now let me go to the last page. And yes, Trafalgar Law will be reprinted. This one right here. Jet Gatlings. These are getting a little pricey, about $2 a card. But something to keep your eye on. And yeah, everything else is pretty straightforward. The Queens, like I said, should go down in price. Magellan might not. I might snag these if you're trying to play purple, guys. I might snag these now. Paulie's not too bad. Eustace Kid's going to go down in price. And then Sanji, of course. This one's a little pricey, but I would snag these while you could too. Because right now, this card's under $5 for a card. So I would probably snag these. Excuse me. Okay, let's look at maybe one or two more. So that was Purple Luffy. I think we'll look at Zoro and we'll actually just call it there. Sorry if I don't show the exact deck you're looking for, but we're going to finish on this one. So OP08, let's look for the highest placing one. 4th place by Jimmy Shi. $130, guys. Really not bad. $130 for this list. 2 Diable James are going for $13. So what, this card's like $6 now? It's from Starter Deck 01. Let me see something real quick, guys. I don't think this is being reprinted in PRB 01, but I will check. Radical Beam is being reprinted. Guard Point, no. So Diable James are not being reprinted. Let me say something right now, guys. I would snag one or two of these like immediately if you need these for red and you don't have them, and if you plan on playing red or Straw Hat Crew in the future, I would snag one or two of these immediately, because this is a card that can just be like thrown into any red deck as like a one or two of if you're running Straw Hat cards, and it gives unblockable to one of your Straw Hat leader or characters. I would snag that now if you don't have those. I can't believe how expensive this card is. We're actually going to go over to it real quick. Now it looks like it's only about 4 euros. But yeah, I would snag these guys, especially for the US players out there. I would snag these like right away. At least one or two of them. You don't need a full playset of these unless some crazy deck comes out in the future. But in PRB01, we are getting the new Saji, which is a card, you know, it's a leader that can actually just use this, right? Because it's a Straw Hat leader. And it's going to be a PRB01 set that's going to be a lot of fun to play. So I would definitely grab one or two of these real quick. Okay, that should be it. I think that's it. Who was this? Did we click on OP08? Jimmy Shee, that was one we looked at. The only card that's really expensive in this entire deck are the 4 Tony Choppers from EB01. That's it. Diable Jambe is something we need to keep our eye on. Kitten Killer's gone down in price. Excellent. Dragons are cheap, and we're good. Okay. Well, that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and hop over. We're going to hop over to the sim now. Now, real quick, actually, I do want to show one more thing before we even get started. It looks like a deck got top 32 running red, black, Sabo. Now, so we're done with the Market Watch stuff, guys. So, you know, you're good to check out if you were just here for the Market Watch. I totally understand that. But now we're going to hop over to one quick game on the sim before we end out this video, before we wrap it up. Okay, here we go. This is the deck that I want to show you guys. Hang on one second. Let me get out of full screen real quick and bring this over. Okay. All right, there we go. So check this out, guys. So top 32 in a 950 player tournament in regional in Paris. So check this out, guys. Red, black, Sabo. I'm not doing an entire deck tech on this right now. Understand that. Maybe in a future video. I just want to show this off. If you want to see, you know, all the stuff, if you want to go into like detail on this deck, go to onepiecetopdecks.com. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. So this is onepiecetopdecks.com main page. At the top middle here, it says deck list. Click on that, and then scroll down to right here, state of the game, English format, and click on OP08 Legends, and then it's like right here, okay? It's the date is 10/13, okay, for this tournament. So just go to that, go to Red, Black, Sabo, and you can check it out for yourself there if you want to do it, you know, if you want to really analyze it. But guys, really cool stuff here. We got Sabo as the leader, 1 Hina, 4 Borsalinos, 2 Kuzans, 3 Sakazukis, 2 Toshigis, 4 Suru, 3 brand new, 4 Sabo, 4 Gecko Moria, 4 T-Bone, 2 Jack. That's interesting. 1 Zoro. Only a single Zoro. The 3 cost 5k Rusher Zoro. 4 Brooks, 4 Karasu, 4 Shiraya, 2 Dragons, and 2 Ice Ages. Okay? And now I'm not running this list in today's video. The game we're about to watch that I have prepared for us is a video from a long time ago. Like probably about a month and a half to 2 months ago. But still, if I, you know, this is a list that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. And, excuse me, remember, if Lucci's doing very well right now, guess what? Your leader, pause and read this, can prevent KO once per turn. Okay, now you do have to have 1 Dawn attached to the leader, and it has to be a character that's 5,000 power or more. But it can prevent 1 KO per turn, which is a big, big deal. Very cool stuff here. I definitely want to check this out more in the future. It seems like it could be a lot of fun. It seems like it could be really cool. Okay, now, today's video, I'm not showing off that list because I just didn't know about it in time, and I already had this video prepared for a long time. I was like, okay, I gotta get rid of this video. You know what I mean? I record a lot of my games, guys. And whenever I do, you know, some of these games just sit in my storage for so long. It's like, man, I gotta get rid of these. Okay, now let me make sure we're at the very beginning. We are. Okay, so here we go. We got a game of Red, Black, Sabo versus Yellow Enel. Okay, and notice the version I'm running. Like I said, it's nothing like the version we just saw. This is more of a Revo Army style version, but I don't think it's as good as the one we just saw. Like, I really liked the way that deck looked that we just looked at. I think it was really catered for that. Look at that. He tried to swing for 5. It's like, wait a minute. Okay, so I think we're going to block 2k, 1k here. Absolutely. So he swung in for 8 with Banish because of Onami. We'll 2k, 1k to counter out. If I could have had a Dawn attached to my leader, that would have been insane, right? He would have not been able to get any value from that. We're going to play out the Emporio Ivankov. We kind of whiffed on that. It put out a Bello Betty. We got a Dragon from the search. And now it's my opponent's turn. So now I can freely block one attack now. Okay, well, that one I can freely block anyway because it wasn't very big. Okay, sure. You can attack into that, and then it just does nothing, right? Because it prevents the next time your character would be KO'd if he has 5,000 power or more. So understand, in battle, if one of your characters gets KO'd in battle, that is the same thing as being KO'd by an effect. So Sabo can get around both of those kinds of effects. So my opponent is basically like raging at this point. Understand that. And this will happen at locals as well, guys. This will happen at locals as well. Okay, we'll attach 2 Dawn to the leader. We'll swing 7 into 7. We are just going to get all the cards out of his hand. Actually, he just lets it go. This guy might just be in rage mode. So I just passed the turn. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to give you extra value for your... I'm not going to give you any extra value for the Yamato they're about to play. And then they're like, oh, wait. Okay. Oh, this poor guy. He just did a Raigo. Guess what? I can cheat that effect with my leader. So this guy is in deep, deep trouble now. I would not be surprised if he just leaves here, guys. Like I said, this was a game from a long time ago. Swing for 7. Okay, just block and 2K counter out. Yep. And now this guy is about to just get steamrolled, right? This guy, this poor guy here is about to just get steamrolled. Swing for 7. Let's see if he gets any trigger. No trigger. Swing for 9. Gets a Frankie. You can have it, and then he just leaves. Because the rest of this turn was going to go as follows. It's not even like I'm going to fully commit here. It's going to be play out the dragon and swing for 9, swing for 9. And in his hand, he could have gone 2K and then 0 cost 3K, and then the other 9 would have gotten through because he only had one. Hang on. 2K, 0 cost 3K. Let's just say it was like Katakuri. And then he'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. He'd only have 4K counter left in hand, I believe. But even if he doesn't, like say he somehow survives that and gets out of it, I still have a full board, and I'm not going to swing with my blocker. Like, you know, it's such a horrible position for the Enel to be in that situation. Now, yes, they did misplay. Understand that. Yes, they did. Of course, they did misplay. But still, this deck does have some potential, guys. Being able to cheat KO once per turn, there's some potential there, guys. There is some potential. So here's the list I was running. We didn't barely get to see any of it. Actually, this is not the list I was running. Hang on, guys. Because I had a Dragon. Let me get back. Red, black... Sabo 9? No, I don't know, guys. This might be it, actually. Excuse me. Actually, I think this is it. I think this is the deck we just saw. But the idea here, and again, I'm not saying this is like a perfected Sabo list. This was just a Revo Army version that I was messing around with. But guys, those dragons, man, those things are nasty in this deck. Even playing them on curve, you're attaching 2 Dawn to your leader. You're swinging 7 and then 9 just with your Sabo plus dragon. And now your dragon can cheat a KO one time. Or any of your other characters, you know, like your Borsalinos or your Hinas or your Sabos if you choose to run Sabo. There's just a lot of potential there. It's a lot of fun. All right, I'm done. These Market Watch videos end up being so long. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me go ahead and put up the playmat page real quick. Drop my head down here a little bit. There we go. Guys, thank you to everybody who supports the channel. If you're just liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing, talking about me at locals, things like that, whatever, I really appreciate helping it in whatever ways you can. You know, using the affiliate link on TCG Player, anything like that, I really appreciate it. Big shout out to everybody who bought a playmat. Hope you guys are enjoying that. And then last but not least, of course, my patrons. Thank you guys so much for helping me out in the ways you do. Just trying to help the channel go. Just trying to help me, trying to help keep the dream alive and making this into a full-time thing as soon as we can, hopefully. So really appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much. And yeah, please do not forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.